The Cleveland Browns, y'all probably already know about that. Now, Mary Kay put out something today, too, that kind of struck my eyes. It said that Myles Garrett, voted AFC Pro Bowl starter, is no longer listed on the roster sent out by the NFL today. Last I heard, he was still planning to attend NFL honors where he's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. So it's unclear if Myles Garrett will be participating in the NFL Pro Bowl.
I'm happy for Shedeur. I think this will be good for the Pro Bowl because of the attention and eyeballs that Shedeur brings. People will watch because he's playing. He has star power. He has allure. He has aura, all those things. Just like his dad, the great Shedeur Sanders, prime time. If they stopped giving credit for alternates, like let him play, it went down the list. He's the one that wanted to play. I think that would help the Pro Bowl and its validity and its integrity and the way people see it, because the guys that got voted on the initial ballot are considered Pro Bowlers for the year. Now, whether they play or don't play, if they don't play and everybody else plays, then cool. Those guys get a chance, get the honor, get the money that comes with playing in the game, get to go out there and have fun, but it does not count as a Pro Bowl. It's not, hey, who played in the Pro Bowl? It's who was named to the Pro Bowl.
Shedeur Sanders has made the Pro Bowl. Despite throwing for more interceptions than touchdowns, despite only starting 7 games, Shedeur has made the Pro Bowl. And this is actually a good thing, because it should confirm to everybody what the Pro Bowl actually is now. The Pro Bowl is a popularity contest, and it's fine that it's become that. It really is. But winning a popularity contest is not an accolade. Making a Pro Bowl post-2015 does not affect your legacy one way or the other. And I understand Shedeur only made the Pro Bowl because 7 guys in front of him either made the Super Bowl or got hurt. But by the numbers, Shedeur was the worst quarterback in football last year. There are 15 guys in the AFC who should have that spot over him. At least they should if this was based on anything other than fan voting, which it isn't. Are guys like CJ Stroud and Cam Ward better than Shedeur? Clearly. But who cares? They're not giving these roster spots out based off skill anymore. And Sanders will bring more views to the Pro Bowl than any other quarterback they could have stuck in that spot. I can't wait for the narratives next season that whatever coach the Browns bring in is a bum because he cannot win with a Pro Bowl quarterback. Shedeur making the Pro Bowl truly is a great thing for football discourse.
Myles Garrett just got removed from the Pro Bowl roster, and Shedeur Sanders is officially taking over as the face of the Cleveland Browns at the NFL's biggest all-star event. According to Mary Kay Cabot, one of the most plugged-in Browns reporters, Myles Garrett, who was voted as an AFC Pro Bowl starter, is mysteriously no longer listed on the official rosters sent out by the NFL. And while Myles is focused on winning Defensive Player of the Year at NFL honors, Shedeur Sanders just touched down in San Francisco with his entire family, ready to put on a show for the entire world. This isn't just about one player missing and another showing up. This is about a changing of the guard in Cleveland, where the future is now officially centered around Shedeur Sanders. Let me break down what's really happening here, because this Pro Bowl situation is way bigger than people realize, and it's proof that Shedeur is taking over the entire franchise.
And making sure they show love to big-time Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Man, he has currently made it to the hotel where he will be staying at for this NFL Pro Bowl. Now, we know when the news came out earlier this week, a lot of people had mixed reviews about it. A lot of people was feeling a certain type of way about Shedeur Sanders and this whole Pro Bowl situation. Well, I'm here to tell you, despite how they feel.
All right, so let's get straight into this, because what just happened is absolutely wild. Myles Garrett, arguably the best defensive player in the entire NFL, the guy who's about to win Defensive Player of the Year, the perennial Pro Bowler, is no longer on the Pro Bowl roster. Mary Kay Cabot just dropped this bomb earlier today. She said, and I quote, "Myles Garrett, voted AFC Pro Bowl starter, is no longer listed on the roster sent out by the NFL today. Last I heard, he was still planning to attend NFL honors where he's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year." Now, think about what that means for a second. Myles Garrett was voted as a starter. Fans wanted him there. Players wanted him there. Coaches wanted him there. And now, he's not on the roster. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, the fifth-round rookie who's been criticized all week for even making the Pro Bowl, just landed in San Francisco and is getting the VIP treatment from the NFL. That's the story. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening right now in San Francisco. Shedeur Sanders just arrived at his hotel for the Pro Bowl, and from the moment he walked in, he was greeted like a superstar. Hotel staff waiting for him, cameras following him, Deion Sanders Jr. documenting the entire experience for well-off media. This isn't just a rookie showing up to participate in some flag football games. This is Shedeur Sanders making a statement. And you know what the wildest part is? While Shedeur is in San Francisco soaking up all the attention, Myles Garrett, the guy who's supposed to be the face of the franchise, isn't even going to be there.
And just like I stated, a lot of people in the media was feeling the type of way about Shedeur making this Pro Bowl list, but they could say what they want. At the end of the day, the young man is a Pro Bowl quarterback, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. As a Shedeur Sanders fan, he came a long way since Jackson State and a long way since Trinity High School, and for him to be where he's at right now, I'm happy for him, and a lot of you guys should be happy for him too, man.
Now, I'm not saying Myles doesn't have a good reason. He's focused on NFL honors. He's about to win Defensive Player of the Year. That's a huge accomplishment. But the optics? The optics are that Shedeur Sanders is now the main attraction for the Cleveland Browns at the Pro Bowl. Let me tell you why this matters more than people realize. For years, Myles Garrett has been the face of the Cleveland Browns. He's been the guy they build around. He's been the guy they market. He's been the guy who represents the franchise on the national stage. But now, Shedeur Sanders is taking that role. And it's not just because Myles isn't going to the Pro Bowl. It's because of how Shedeur is being treated by the NFL. Think about it. The NFL didn't have to give Shedeur a Pro Bowl spot. They could have chosen any other quarterback, but they chose him. Why? Because they know what they have. They know Shedeur Sanders is a star. They know he drives viewership. They know people are going to tune in just to see him. And now that he's there, they're rolling out the red carpet for him. Let me also address something that's been bothering me all week. Ever since Shedeur was announced as a Pro Bowl selection, there's been constant criticism. Analysts saying he didn't deserve it, reporters questioning the NFL's decision, fans arguing that other quarterbacks should have been chosen. But here's what those people don't understand. Shedeur Sanders has been facing obstacles his entire career, from Jackson State to Trinity High School to Colorado to the NFL. Every single step of the way, people have doubted him. They said he only got recruited because of his dad. They said he couldn't compete at the Power 5 level. They said he wouldn't get drafted. They said he'd be a bust in the NFL. And at every single turn, Shedeur has knocked those obstacles down like bowling pins. Now he's a Pro Bowl quarterback, and while Myles Garrett, the best defensive player on the team, is sitting out the Pro Bowl, Shedeur is taking over.
Really bowing out of the Pro Bowl. People, the guys that are nominated, really, I don't think are taking that serious. And if you get to look and see, like, did the certain players I would look and see, like, who the other quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, he's out. He's in the AFC. Daniel Jones, hurt, surgery. Bo Nix, hurt, surgery. Trevor Lawrence, they asked him, did he want to be in it? He bowed out. You know what I'm saying? So when there's the players, like, who is actually going to be in the Pro Bowl?
Now, let me be clear about something. I'm not trying to disrespect Myles Garrett. The man is a legend. He's one of the best defensive players in NFL history. He's carried the Browns for years. But the reality is this. The future of the Cleveland Browns is Shedeur Sanders. Myles is 29 years old. He's in the prime of his career, but that prime won't last forever. Eventually, he's going to decline. Eventually, he's going to slow down. But Shedeur is 22 years old. He's just getting started. He's got 10, 12, maybe 15 years ahead of him. And the NFL knows that. That's why they gave him a Pro Bowl spot. That's why they're treating him like a superstar. That's why they're investing in his brand, because Shedeur Sanders is the future. Let me also talk about what's happening behind the scenes in Cleveland, because this is important context. While Shedeur is out in San Francisco, the Browns are making major moves to build around him.
They just hired Danny Breer as their pass game coordinator. This is a guy who worked with the Baltimore Ravens for the last 3 years, coaching tight ends like Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. That's a huge hire because it shows that Todd Monken is serious about developing Shedeur into a franchise quarterback. And here's the thing, Danny Breer isn't just some random coach. He's been part of one of the most successful offensive systems in the NFL over the past few years. So the Browns are bringing him in to help unlock Shedeur's potential, to design plays that get guys open, to simplify reads, to create an offense that allows Shedeur to thrive. That's smart. That's what championship organizations do. Now, let me address the elephant in the room. Some people are going to say, well, Myles Garrett is skipping the Pro Bowl because he wants to focus on NFL honors and Defensive Player of the Year. And you know what? That's probably true. Myles has earned the right to make that decision. He's been dominant all season. He deserves that award. But here's the thing. Optics matter. When the casual fan looks at the Pro Bowl this year, they're not going to see Myles Garrett representing the Browns. They're going to see Shedeur Sanders. And that sends a message. It sends a message that Shedeur is the face of the franchise now, that he's the guy the NFL wants to market, that he's the guy who's going to lead this team into the future. Let me also talk about the family aspect of this because I think it's important. Deion Sanders Jr. flew out to San Francisco to document Shedeur's Pro Bowl experience. He's posting content on Instagram. He's creating footage for well-off media. That tells you how important this moment is for the Sanders family. This isn't just about Shedeur making the Pro Bowl. This is about building a legacy. This is about showing the world that the Sanders family is here to stay. And honestly, that's powerful because millions of people are going to watch this content. They're going to see Shedeur's journey. They're going to become invested in his story. That's marketing genius.
Bowed out all the players that were able to go to the Pro Bowl, like, no, I'm not going to play because it's flag football now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it used to. The dudes aren't going out there. I haven't been watching the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Not like it's just not what it used to be. I remember when you used to watch it, you used to love it. Like you knew you were going to get some competition. You were going to get people hitting. It was something to watch. Now it's just the real thing is all pro. If you get AP all pro, Pro Bowls are still good. You want to get those on your resumes. You want to be able to have those just because once it's all said and done, it looks good. How many times did you go to the Pro Bowl?
Now, let me address one more thing before we wrap this up. Some people are going to say, well, the Pro Bowl doesn't even matter anymore. It's just flag football. Nobody cares. And you know what? They're partially right. The Pro Bowl has changed. It's not the same physical, competitive game it used to be back when it was in Hawaii. But here's the thing. It still matters to the players. Shedeur Sanders is a rookie who just got selected to represent the AFC in the Pro Bowl. That's an honor. That's something he's going to remember for the rest of his life. So yeah, maybe the games aren't as competitive as they used to be. Maybe it's more about the experience than the actual football. But that doesn't mean it's not meaningful. Let me paint you a picture of what this weekend is going to look like. Shedeur Sanders is going to be in San Francisco, surrounded by some of the best players in the NFL. He's going to be networking. He's going to be building relationships. He's going to be learning from veterans. He's going to be doing interviews. He's going to be creating content. He's going to be expanding his brand. He's going to be playing in the flag football games, showcasing his arm talent, proving that he belongs. And through it all, the cameras are going to be on him. The spotlight is going to be on him. The pressure is going to be on him. And you know what? He's going to thrive. Because that's what Shedeur Sanders does. He rises to the occasion. He performs under pressure. He proves the doubters wrong. Meanwhile, Myles Garrett has had NFL honors, accepting his Defensive Player of the Year award. And that's awesome. He deserves that recognition. But when people talk about the 2026 Pro Bowl, they're not going to talk about Myles Garrett. They're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders. And that's the changing of the guard we're witnessing in Cleveland right now. Let me also talk about what this means for the Browns organization moving forward. Having a Pro Bowl quarterback changes everything for a franchise. It changes how free agents view you. It changes how fans support you. It changes how the media covers you. And the Browns haven't had a Pro Bowl quarterback in years. So the fact that they now have one in Shedeur Sanders is a game changer.
This is the kind of thing that can turn a franchise around, that can shift the culture, that can create momentum. And with Todd Monken as head coach, Travis Switzer as offensive coordinator, and Danny Breer as pass game coordinator, the Browns are building something real around Shedeur. Now, I want to ask you something, and I really want you to think about this before you comment. Do you think it's significant that Myles Garrett is no longer on the Pro Bowl roster while Shedeur Sanders is front and center in San Francisco? Is this just a coincidence, or is this proof that Shedeur is officially the face of the Cleveland Browns now? Because here's the reality. Myles Garrett is still the best player on that defense. He's still a superstar. He's still incredibly valuable. But Shedeur Sanders is the future, and the NFL knows it. The Browns know it, and now the entire world is about to see it. So there you have it. Myles Garrett has been removed from the Pro Bowl roster, and Shedeur Sanders is officially taking over as the face of the Cleveland Browns at the NFL's biggest all-star event. While Myles focuses on winning Defensive Player of the Year, Shedeur is in San Francisco getting VIP treatment and proving to the world that he's the future of this franchise. This isn't just about one weekend. This is about a changing of the guard in Cleveland, and Shedeur Sanders is leading the charge. If you think Shedeur is officially the face of the Browns now, drop a W in the comments. If you think Myles Garrett is still the main guy, let me know why. And don't forget to subscribe because we're covering every single moment of Shedeur's Pro Bowl experience. Hit that bell. Let's dominate.